After days of silence, one casual, "How are you?" used to reopen everything. Now, it doesn't. She may still answer. She isn't cold or punishing him, but the warmth, reassurance, follow-up questions, and emotional momentum that once gave him full access no longer arrive. His message was never reopening the connection alone. She was completing the exchange. And when she stops, 3 things begin to change. Number 1, the message was small, but the access it created was large. A reaction, a one-line, "How are you?" A casual check-in after days of nothing. On its own, that contact was thin. It didn't explain the distance, take responsibility for it, or offer anything close to repair. But it didn't need to, because she filled in the rest. She read it generously. She responded warmly. She asked the follow-up questions and supplied the emotional context he never provided. A 2-word check-in could become an hour-long conversation because she carried it beyond what he had offered. He showed up with contact. She turned it into connection. That is the part worth noticing. In this pattern, the exchange was not balanced. He offered a fraction of what reconnection required, and she covered the difference every time, often without realizing how much emotional work she was doing. Number 2, when she stops completing the exchange, he may encounter the actual distance. She doesn't need to ignore him or perform indifference. She simply stops converting a small message into emotional availability. The same, "Hey, how are you?" that once reopened everything, now receives a brief, proportionate answer. Nothing withheld out of spite, but nothing added that was never present in his message. This is often where his reaction may intensify. He might send another message. He might increase his effort, ask a more direct question, or appear unsettled when the exchange does not unfold as it once did. He might also become quiet again, interpreting her calm response as a reason to retreat rather than lean in. None of those reactions by themselves reveal what is happening inside him. A stronger response does not confirm growth, and a slower one does not confirm indifference. What it confirms is narrower. The old exchange has stopped working. Contact no longer restores the same access it once did. He may be encountering a gap that her emotional effort previously covered. For the first time, a small message may remain what it is, a small message, instead of becoming a reconnection. Number 3, renewed contact and genuine repair are not the same thing, and this is where they begin to separate. More messages, greater effort, or visible discomfort can mean something. They can show that losing access has registered and that the distance matters to him differently now. But wanting the connection back is not the same as becoming capable of maintaining it. The message suggests interest. What follows reveals capacity. The difference becomes clearest after uncertainty fades and the relationship no longer feels at risk of disappearing. Does he acknowledge the distance instead of acting as though it never happened? Does he address what caused it, or only the fact that it feels uncomfortable now? Does he communicate with clarity, or just enough to reopen the door? Once access returns, does his effort remain, or does it taper off when the connection feels secure again? That matters more than any single message will. Repair looks like someone participating consistently, including after the urgency has faded. Testing looks like someone checking whether the door remains unlocked, then stepping back after receiving reassurance that it is. If his effort exists only while access feels uncertain, the effort may be regulating the fear of losing the connection, rather than building the capacity to sustain it. Meaningful change becomes visible after reassurance returns, when participation is no longer being driven by uncertainty. None of this means he will chase, panic, or come back changed. It does not mean every avoidant partner responds identically, and a bigger reaction is not proof of emotional growth. What it means is simpler, and it belongs to her, not to him. Her reduced availability is not a strategy. It is not designed to make him chase, and it is not withheld as punishment. She has simply stopped offering full emotional access in exchange for minimal contact. The shift is not only in what she says, it is in what she no longer automatically supplies. Her new boundary becomes simple. I no longer mistake contact for repair or a message for meaningful participation. When she stops chasing, explaining, and defending herself, he may also lose the story that placed the distance on her. The next analysis examines what changes when an avoidant can no longer use blame to explain that distance. I'm Attachment Decoded, and I'll see you in the next analysis.